been featuring artists. We're going to continue featuring artists. And it feeds really lovely into our first guest today, who is a remarkable young woman. I have known her. Well, I'm going to ask her. I think I met her when she was 15 years old. She is a brilliant artist. She is, and that's huge, right? To be a brilliant artist. But I want to say that it doesn't even begin to cover what Dani Bowman is, because I think she's a visionary in the field of art and autism. She's a brilliant teacher, has been teaching, I think, since she was 14 or 15, and has her own studio, Danimation, and she's just a remarkable human being. She's an inspiration to all of us who know her. There's so many more things, and Dani, because we're in this new place, I cannot access your bio. So you might have to help me out. But I want to welcome back to the show Dani Bowman. There she is.
Hi, Shannon. Thank you so much for having me be on.
No, it's always my pleasure, Dani. You are a remarkable person. In fact, last week they came out with a new list of who the 20 most influential people are on the autism spectrum, and you were one of those people, Dani. How did that feel when you saw that?
It was like totally unexpected. I never really thought someone would feature me in this wonderful list. I felt so honored. Like a
Well,
huge
and it's
honor.
a pretty impressive list too, but you're one of the things that's impressive about it, I gotta say. Very, very much earned. So how old do you think you were the first time I met you? Was I accurate? Was around 15?
Yeah, you got that right. It is around 15. And I remember I've been to your first Autism Live show.
Yeah.
Since I was showing the book called Dani and Goliath, which I've illustrated and published with Joey Travolta.
Yeah, and how old were you when that book was published?
So when the book was published, I was around 15 when that book got published.
Okay. All right, so it was right around that we had you on the show for the first time. And Nancy Allspot Jackson had told me about you, and she said, you got to meet this young woman. She is so talented. She's such a beautiful artist. And you had by that point already started your own studio, which I don't know how that occurs to a 15-year-old, honestly, Dani. But we were so impressed with you. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it was right around that time that you started teaching as well.
I started teaching at Joey Travolta's workshops at like around 15 at his inclusion films workshops in Bakersfield and his Burbank, which he used to have. But I started teaching officially around the country at age 16 at his film camps, one in Jacksonville, Florida, one in Tenafly, New Jersey, and Detroit, Michigan in the first year. And then the second year in 2012 taught in San Diego and Barranca, California. And later on, I branched out teaching animation at other organizations, like for example, I taught at Oak Cali since 2012, and then Arts World Florida since 2014.
Amazing. And then you actually went to Europe and were teaching there as well. You just have been an amazing light. And I'm always amazed. Every time I blink, Dani, I turn around and you're doing 5 other projects. I want to skip ahead to you. This last week, you've been very, very busy. Tell people what the Easterseals challenge is every year, and then let's talk about what happened last year and what you did this year. How's that?
Okay, sure. The Easterseals Disability Film Challenge is an annual film challenge founded by the one and only Nick Novicki. Who worked with the organization known as Easterseals, which is well known for the Special Olympics. So it's an annual film challenge that started in 2014, where people with disabilities, front and behind the camera, will create a film based upon the genre.
Yeah, but how much time do you guys get, Dani? Because it's like very short, right?
We typically we only have 5 days to produce a short film. So the first Easterseals challenge I did was back in 2020 when the pandemic happened. The first one that we did was called Our Animated Minds, and there were only 6 people involved in this first short. But then Success came when when our team doubled to 6 to 12 when we entered the 2021 Easterseals Disability Film Challenge, and our film is called The Home Office, which we won for best editing.
Yeah. I mean, can everybody here imagine you got 5 days to produce a film? 5 days. And here's Dani, and Dani, as we said, has her own production company. And I was so amazed in 2021 that because you had this team of people that you guys storyboarded out what you were going to do, and you led this team, Dani, and created this amazing film and won. And in fact, you just got to go where? To New York to
Well, before going to New York, I went to different film festivals such as New Filmmakers LA, and also had some, and it's been shown at the Indie Shorts. And oh, by the way, Sandy just gave me the trophy right here.
oh my gosh, look at how beautiful that is.
It gave me so many opportunities. Like I'm going to New Filmmakers LA, which I just got a check, which I got a check from last year, and Portland Film Festival, the Holly Shorts, you name it.
I'm going to say this, Dani. I don't know if anybody said this yet, but I expect soon we're going to see one of your shorts get nominated for an Oscar. I'm just putting it out there. That's going to happen, Dani, because you're so talented. And I mean, at such a young age, for you to be leading a team to do this kind of work, so amazing. And I'm going to give just a little bit of a spoiler alert that when you guys tune into Stories from the Spectrum on Friday, Dani has made a short film for us that kind of encapsulates some of what it's like to be her. And I'll tell you, it'll elevate your spirit. You're just going to absolutely love it. What is that? Tell us what you're showing us,
This
Dani.
this is the honorable mention that I received from the Marvels and Media Awards at the Museum of the Moving Image in March 31st as an opening for of the Marvels and Media exhibit, which goes all through Autism Awareness Month.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. And we're going to see some of that in this film that we're going to show of yours on Friday. But so now this last week, I don't know when exactly, but you were making this year's Easterseals challenge, correct?
That's right. And last year's theme was a mockumentary. This year's theme is superhero. Not just particularly a superhero, but there are two assignments. One is an unsung hero, and the other one is called the anti-hero one. So we kind of did the anti-hero film called Super Nacho Supreme, which is about two guys that. So this is the poster of Super Nacho Supreme. As you could see in the poster, there are two guys that snack on those gas station nachos that grant them superpowers, and they think they could save the world themselves, but they're totally bad at it.
And it's hilarious. And I just want to say to everybody, what I love about the work that you do, Dani, you're so creative that you weave. There are parts of it that are live action, and then it goes to animation, and then there's animation over the live action. It's so clever. And when you realize, oh my gosh, from beginning to end, from idea to done, 5 days. Did you guys work around the clock?
We sure did. And especially we did it remotely on Zoom. But in the beginning of when production began, we filmed the live action first, located in Studio City, where Jake lives, the actor.
I always notice now how I don't know who the director of photography was, but you had this one shot from up above that you would cut to from time to time that was just really brilliant, I thought.
Thank
Really good work, and hilarious and fun and uplifting and a good message. So amazing. So are you telling me that there were 12 people on the team to make the film?
It just we added six more to the team. Now there's more than 18 of us that worked on the film.
That's a lot of people to manage, Dani. How do you do that?
Well, it's because sometimes I get teams from my Animation Gets Real summer camps, and others are from the one-on-one sessions that I teach. So
So you've already have like a shorthand language with them. They when you say to them, I need this, this, and this, they know already what you're talking about.
yes, we do assign them based upon their biggest strength. Like for example,
Oh,
we have one student that came from Animation Gets Real, named Delane Owen. We had her since 2020. So she was the one who did the background art for the Home Office and this film.
amazing. Amazing. And then when you were at the Marvels of Media, there was another, you weren't there for just one film, Dani. There was another film that you had worked on that got an award too. We've talked about Boys Don't Wear Dresses. What award did that win?
Well, that one win for it just got an honorable mention for best narrative. It's
Amazing.
a best narrative short, Boys Don't Wear Dresses, and I was the lead animator, the ones who animated the anthropomorphic script character that just jumps off the table, and the animal characters that surround the main character Alon.
Yeah, if you guys haven't seen that, you really need to see that. Dani, where can people go to see some of these projects that you've done? Where can they go to see your Easterseals films?
So for Super Nacho Supreme, it can be found at the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge YouTube page, or it can be found on the Instagram or on Facebook.
And is it a thing where they can vote for to see to help you to win, or is it not like that?
Well, the goal here for the awareness campaign, which is ending today, is to get as much watch, get as much views, likes, shares, and comments as much as possible.
Okay, so people should go there, like it, view it, comment on it, and they can see the other films as well. Maybe tell us again, where do they go to see it? Because today's the last day. We want to make sure we get there.
So, because it's the last day of the awareness campaign, they have to go to the YouTube page and watch it, and then share it to social medias like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
Okay. But where's the site that they go to on YouTube? Tell it to us again, slowly.
It's called Easterseals Disability Film. You have to go to where it says Easterseals Disability Film Challenge.
Okay, Easterseals Disability Film Challenge. We got people saying that they're going to for sure go there and do it right now and share it on Instagram. That would be great, you guys. I think that one of your team is with us watching, Brenna Werner. She's part of your team, right?
Yes, she's also a really great writer behind my three Easterseals films, our animated lines, The Home Office, and Supernaturally Supreme. She's incredibly amazing. Brenna and I first met in 2020 in the year 2020 when Animation Gets Real was changed from in person to online. And Brenna, I was so surprised about how her teaching style is so amazing, and she became part of the Danimation team afterwards.
Amazing. I love that you are having people come in and from different, whether you've met them as teachers or students, and that you're amassing this studio of talent, Dani. It's so, so impressive. For people who have kiddos on the spectrum, teens or young adults, or even how young of kids are you willing to work with, Dani?
I'm willing to work with the typical age range. I work with youth from ages 10 to 22. That's our typical age range, but we're very flexible, whether younger or a little older. It really depends on how talented they are, or if it's
And it,
somebody who's that extraordinary.
There we go. And it used to be that you did all these lessons in person, and sometimes you traveled and you would do a camp, but then COVID happened and you started doing some of these lessons online. So, are you still doing that? If somebody's in New Jersey and they want their child to study with you, can they?
Some it can work. So the person from New Jersey can attend our free one-on-one sessions. People from all parts of the world can attend our free classes that we do every Saturday from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. We have it on our Danimation Entertainment website. So if you go to the Danimation Entertainment website, you will we offer free weekly classes. And once they try out the free weekly classes, once they sign up, and after the class, they could sign up for our one-on-one sessions.
Okay. So, you guys, you can't do better than a free class with Dani Bowman. So make sure that you go and have your kiddo try the class. The thing is, you won't know until you try. And Dani does amazing things. So, what a wonderful opportunity. And thank you for having a free introductory class so that they can see if they like it or if their kids like it. Dani, I love it. I want to shift gears a little bit and talk about, because you've had a lot going on, that in amongst all of this, I have you been with us since you got your master's degree? I don't know, but you did get your master's degree, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I definitely been with you before I got my master's degree and my
Yes.
BFA.
So tell us what degrees you hold now.
In 2018, I received my BFA magna cum laude in animation and an MBA in global strategy and leadership. Both of them are from Woodbury University.
You're amazing, Dani. And in addition to all of that, we live in Los Angeles, which is a very car-centric place, and yet there are a lot of young people who don't drive. And I think more because of COVID, but you made a decision that you wanted to start to, oh, there's your diplomas.
It's
Amazing.
it's hard to see.
Yeah, because of
That's
the
my
green
BFA.
and your master's degree. Amazing. So, but I understand that you've decided that you wanted to start to drive. Tell us about that.
Well, it's been a long time since I've been driving, but I've noticed changes ever since I've driven a couple of times in the past where my driving skills was rickety at times. But since I got my driver's permit in a couple of months ago, I was finally able to drive, and I've noticed my driving skills is even better. What made things a lot better is all thanks to my life coach. My life coach allowed me to watch a lot of YouTube videos that explains how to drive and how to park. Parking is definitely the toughest part of driving. Knowing how to park, knowing how to back up, parallel park, those are
Yeah.
really tough. And it's always the most essential and most important thing to achieve during the behind the wheel test.
Yeah. So you would share this with me because my son is getting ready to drive too, and you and your aunt had said to me that these videos have just been amazing, and they're free on YouTube, correct?
Yeah, they're free on YouTube. You
So
can go.
I'm gonna send the link to Traven so he can include it on our, if you go and watch later on our YouTube feed, the link to the driving things will be there. But what is it about the videos that makes it easier for you, Dani?
Well, it's because they're very visual. They are straight to the point on how to back up your car. And one example, I've watched one video on how to parallel park. All you have to do when you're driving, you need to be a little further away from the car next to you and make sure your right side of the mirror aligns. And then when you're backing up, you would have to turn your wheel to the right just one turn. And then as you're backing up, you're going to straighten the wheel and make it until the back until your mirror aligns with the back left side of the car rear or the license or near the license plate, and then make one left turn on the wheel to make it back up.
And it all makes sense to you when you watch it on the video.
Yes, indeed, but it also depends on the car, the
That's
size.
true, because some cars are bigger than others. Because having talked to you about this, I wonder if part of it is that when you're hearing it from the people on the video, it's not your family member who's like telling you everything under the sun. Because I loved when you said, they just tell you what you have to do in easy terms. Because I overtalk. I know that surprises everyone.
Mhm.
And I think it overwhelms me and my son when I'm teaching him. So I'm excited to have him try those videos out, Dani. So I don't know. Are we? I there. You have another project that I don't know if we had heard yet whether you can talk about bullying. Are we allowed
We're
to talk about that today?
we are in the middle of a new animated short that we are in partnership with Boots Bullying. I'm just going to keep it a little top secret. Yeah, I'm just keep it a little top secret, but Brenna and I are in production. So we're currently in animation production right now, and sooner or later we'll reveal the full details.
Okay. All right, because sometimes we have to keep a clamp on things. And so I didn't mean to push, but I didn't know if we were free to talk about that. So let's go over a couple of things for Dani, that where people can find you and follow you, because you're an international speaker. You know, if people want to have you come and speak, they absolutely can have you come and speak. And Dani, there's just nobody more inspirational than you. You're just doing amazing work on so many different fields. So where can people find you?
So people can find me on the website at www.danimationentertainment.com. You can find me as Dani Bowman on Facebook and my company Danimation Entertainment on Facebook as well. You can find me on Instagram, Dani Bowman1, or on Twitter, Danimation ENT, or you can find me on LinkedIn, Dani Bowman, and Danimation also has a LinkedIn page as well. Or you could just Google me.
Okay. Now, Traven tells me that he has videos that you sent over. Do you want to show one of them?
Definitely. And also the trailer too, Super Nachos Supreme, because it's also coming to film festivals near you.
Okay, so I didn't realize we had the trailer for that. Let's see if we can play it. We're in our new space, Dani, so you have to forgive us. But Traven, see if you can play the trailer for Super Nacho Supreme is the name of it, correct?
That's right.
Okay, this is the cutest thing, you guys. Take a look.
Let's do this. Right now!
Jumping Jake with the power to leap over a skyscraper in a single bound. And Demolition Devin with the power to demolish a building with a single pound.
Let's go save the city, bro! Let's go do it, yo!
I think we got to see some of the amazing animation. There's that shot from up above that I was talking about, and the costumes are hilarious. Who are these actors, Dani, that we're seeing? Because they did a great job.
On the left is Jake Tashin, who plays as Jumping Jake, and on the right is Devin Morrissey, who plays as Demolition Devin.
And is this a group of people that you've known for a while, or did you have casting for that?
These two guys are the people that I've known for a long time. I first met Jake when I was at Comic-Con when I was showing one of my short films, Airburst the Soda of Doom, back in 2014. I've met him at Comic-Con when Jake and Janet were around having their books called Einstein the Class Hamster and My Life as a Book series. And Devin Morrissey, Devin and I first met from Joey Travolta's Inclusion films in 2012.
Wow.
They're both on the autism spectrum.
I love you guys are building relationships and working with people again and seeing who you like to work with. I'm sorry that we couldn't get it to play. I apologize. But you know what that means, you guys? That means you've got to go to the Easterseals Disability Film Challenge, and you got to go in and watch the whole film. But you can see some of the amazing work that they were able to do in 5 days. When I think about, how much work must have gone into that, Dani, like it makes me tired to think about it. But and you're always doing 8 things at once, so pretty amazing. And we know that you've got projects coming up. We're going to have you back in May to talk about some of the things that you can't talk about yet. But in the meantime, tell them again what time and what date the free class is that they should be. Everybody should take your free class once.
So people can sign up anytime because we're doing our free weekly classes from 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. every Saturday.
And so that's Pacific time.
That's right.
Yeah, Pacific time. And again, they go to Danimation Entertainment to sign up.
That's right. Go to Danimation Entertainment and you would go to Digital Learning and Classes and click on Free Introductory Online Class.
Amazing. Dani, I unfortunately we're out of time because we could talk about a million more things, but you are a bright light on this planet. You're so talented. But again, it's not just that. Like that would be enough, but you're also a leader. and you're
Thank
a
you.
good leader. You're a good role model, a good example, a good leader. We're just proud to know you. Keep doing the amazing work that you're doing. And please, everybody, on Friday, tune in, because on Friday, we're going to be launching the first episode of Stories from the Spectrum. And Dani is one of the artists featured in our first episode of Stories from the Spectrum. And you'll get to see a little bit more of her life and the jet setter life that she is leading as she goes places and spreads the word. Our topic this week, Dani, is that art is a form of communication. Do you agree?
Definitely. It's a form of communication. It's a visual communication.
Yeah.
Where you don't have to say it, you just show it.
Yeah. And do you feel like for you, having art in your life has helped you to express your point of view?
Oh, yes, it does. And especially how the characters interact and and I can see what's going on.
Yes, absolutely amazing. You are amazing. Thank you so much for giving us the time to be here. And we'll be having you back on again in May.
All right. I'm really looking forward to this. And thank you so much for having me on the show.
Thank you so much. You take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, Shannon.
Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.